Every day of our life, the limitless frontiers of man's knowledge are being pushed back. Research, which extends man's understanding of himself and the world in which he lives. It may be the frontiers of science, the chemist in his laboratory conducting research which may benefit man's probe into space, exploring the properties of rapid chemical reactions. It may be in the field of medicine. The Indiana University Medical Center has become nationally recognized for its many-sided programs of both basic and clinical research. It may be the physiologist determining man's physical endurance and reaction to prolonged heat and cold. Creative work at Indiana University serves our society in many ways, not only by increasing man's material wealth and well-being, but also by adding to his cultural and artistic development as well. It may be the composer of a symphony, experimenting with new sounds and rhythms, expressing himself for the enjoyment of others. Or it may be the psychologist, testing man's adaptation to machines and how machines can be adapted to man, learning more about the way we act so that we can come to know ourselves better, such as by probing man's physical and emotional reactions to penetrating sounds. Just as the world needs and depends upon creative scholars today, so too will the world need them in future generations. Indiana University's primary concern is to help each student explore the limitless frontiers of his own mind by working side by side with such teachers as Dr. Roger Russell, himself a creative and active scholar.
Can you give me some examples of changes in these organismic variables that accompany changes in behavior, either from your own experience or from your reading? Yes?
When learning takes place, there must be some change within the organism.
Could you elaborate on this just a bit?
By the very definition of learning, knowledge has to be either gained or recorded within the organism.
I see your point, and I think it is a very good one, too.
A wide variety of interests and abilities of students are developed in the many schools and colleges that make up Indiana University. The School of Music, which has achieved international recognition for its excellent faculty, outstanding student body, and the scope and quality of its musical presentations. The School of Health, Physical Education, and Recreation, which strives for a sound general education, as well as professional preparation in physical education and athletics, health and safety, and recreation. The School of Education, which prepares students for teaching and supervisory careers in the public schools or in the special service fields of public education. The School of Business, which provides students with a good liberal education as well as professional preparation for careers in various phases of business, commerce, and transportation. The College of Arts and Sciences, whose scope is all the great fields of knowledge, offering the basic preparation for all professions, the humanities, the social sciences, and the physical and biological sciences. The School of Law, the oldest state university law school in the Midwest, combines on both the Bloomington and Indianapolis campuses theoretical knowledge and practical experience for future attorneys. On the Medical Center campus at Indianapolis are hospitals, clinics, libraries, and laboratories which provide excellent training opportunities in the health professions. The School of Medicine provides not only professional education for physicians and surgeons, but also training in the fields of public health, medical technology, occupational and physical therapy, and allied health sciences. The School of Nursing provides a 4-year basic curriculum combining liberal arts courses with professional training in many fields of nursing. The School of Dentistry, with its excellent clinical facilities and experienced faculty, offers programs both in dentistry and dental hygiene. Through its schools and colleges, Indiana University is able to offer every student the breadth and depth that only a large and distinguished university can provide. Because the university's primary concern is to help students learn, Outstanding faculty members teach the beginning students as well as the advanced. This is Professor William R. Brenneman, who has gained an international reputation in his field of research on the function of the endocrine glands. In teaching beginning zoology, Dr. Brenneman combines his scientific talents and knowledge with his skill as a most successful and popular teacher. Among his many honors is the university's annual Lieber Memorial Award for distinguished teaching.
Dr. Morgan proceeded to cross such white-eyed males with red-eyed females and observed in the first generation that all of the animals, both females and males, had red eyes. He did not stop, however, with this single cross, but proceeded to make many others, one of which proved to be particularly interesting. When he chose to cross the red-eyed females of this first generation with normal red-eyed males, he observed that in the next generation, one half of the males had white eyes, whereas the other half of the males had red eyes. This appears to be a rather simple experiment. However, 4 important conclusions can be drawn from it. First of all, the results are regular and are predictable. The experiment has been repeated thousands of times with exactly the same results. Second, white eye color, which was present in the first generation, disappears in the second and reappears below. Third, there is a close correlation between sex and eye color. It is the male that has the white eye in each case. Fourth, there is an interesting parallel in human inheritance. Red-green color blindness is inherited in exactly the same fashion. For example, a red-green colorblind man could expect one half of his grandsons by his daughters to be red-green colorblind. Or, to state it differently, if some of you gentlemen in the room do not see bright red eyes in this diagram, it is very probable that your grandfather on your mother's side also would not see the red color.
That is there any way in which we can tell when human beings are acting rationally and intelligently, and in this sense freely, and when they're acting simply as a result of manipulation or influence from outside forces?
A good teacher is interested not only in the effective presentation of his subject matter, but also the ability of his students to formulate ideas of their own. Dr. Henry Veach, professor of philosophy, challenges his students to think logically and clearly about what they believe. He is known for his book, Intentional Logic, and his many other contributions to philosophical thought. In his seminar for honor students, Dr. Veach stimulates them to examine what is meant by freedom and freedom of choice.
Suppose there were this society, and every member in it were under the influence of a tranquilizer. Now, could a person with an external force such as a tranquilizer affecting him really lead an examined life?
Certainly, if the people who were in charge of the society gave the tranquilizers to the citizens precisely so that they wouldn't know what was going on, they wouldn't know what choices they were making, then obviously, under those circumstances, the citizens would not be leading examined lives or making intelligent choices. But on the other hand, the mere fact that there is just some sort of external force operating upon the citizens would not in itself rule out the possibility of the citizens making intelligent, wise decisions.
Yes, but I object to this because here is this external force which can be used to direct and even motivate people's lives. And as long as it's in existence, any external agency could use these tranquilizers to, in an indirect way, force you to do something.
Within the university's large and diversified program, the individual student and his personal growth is of prime importance. Each student has the opportunity to work with a noted specialist in his chosen field. Faculty members such as Professor Rudy Pozzati, a nationally acclaimed young artist and designer, apply their experience and knowledge to the problems of individual students. They help the student analyze his own work, make his own decisions, and defend his work when he feels it is complete.
Do you feel that the color actually improves the image? Well, I think that it fills out the shape of the fish itself and also softens the image as compared to the earlier print, which is in black and white and has too much contrast, I believe.
What about the choice of the earth color?
Well, I feel that they go along with the idea of the fish itself and also the derivation of the fish.
Do you think this print might have been a little stronger?
Whether the student's field is art or business, philosophy or French, zoology or astronomy, faculty with specialized training are available to the student. Each instructor constantly strives to increase the student's knowledge, his facility for thinking, and his ability to analyze. But devoted teachers are not enough. The university must provide the facilities for teaching and research. Indiana University's library system makes available to students and faculty more than 1.5 million books and almost 2 million manuscript items. For the convenience of the student, the Central Library provides large reading rooms containing the most frequently used books and current magazines on open shelves. In addition, the university has many departmental and branch libraries, including special undergraduate library study areas in the housing unit. Preeminent between the coasts is the Lilly Library of rare and original books and manuscripts. Here, students may develop a first-hand acquaintanceship with priceless treasures of the past. From more than 1 million items, they may examine one of the few remaining original copies of the Declaration of Independence, or read the poems of James Whitcomb Riley from his own handwritten manuscript. Specialized departmental museum collections provide students with real specimens for examination and study, from the Indian artifacts of the past to rare plants from all over the world in the university's greenhouse. When the real specimens are not available, the university's large film library and audiovisual preparation center provide pictorial and sound materials for both research and classroom use. New classrooms are being added, not only to provide space for the increasing numbers of qualified students seeking an education, but also to provide the specialized facilities so necessary for the best learning environment. Such specialized areas as the language laboratory aid students in the mastery of foreign languages. Here, either in groups or as individuals, students can practice and learn German, French, Spanish, Russian, and a host of other languages so necessary in our international world. Modern electronic equipment to aid both faculty and students to solve special problems in all fields is available in the university's computing center. Here, with the assistance of a highly trained staff, the problems of research find faster and more exact answers. Whether the new student begins his college career in one of the extension centers, on the Indianapolis campus, or on the Bloomington campus, the university assures the student of individual attention from his very first day. This attention is given to the student through the junior division, in which all freshmen are enrolled, to help the student acquire a better understanding of the many educational opportunities offered by the university, and to assist him in choosing the course of study best suited to his aptitudes. He is assigned to one of the experienced junior division faculty advisors. With this faculty advisor, the student may discuss his academic problems and his plans for the future. After he has selected his field of interest, he is admitted to one of the upper divisions of the university with a faculty advisor in his chosen specialty. The student may also take advantage of the university's testing and counseling services to aid him in finding his special aptitudes and abilities. Students who demonstrate a high potential for superior scholastic achievement will be directed into special course sections, where instruction will be on a level with their abilities.
Into a universal one. Literature appeals to the whole man, not to a single part of him. In an age of specialization, literature has the merit of preserving the wholeness of our humanity. That's all for today. Yes?
Could you please tell me when the essay on Prufrock's poems
The essay on Prufrock's poems will be due Monday.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yes.
Why, Dr. Weichland, I spoke to you the other day about going into English Lit as a major next year.
Yes, I remember.
And, there is the requirement in Shakespeare for that 3 hours, I believe.
Yes.
And there are 2 courses offered in it, Introduction to Shakespeare and Great Plays of Shakespeare. The introduction is just a 200 course, and the Great Plays is a 400 course.
Well, I think, in my opinion, Mike, I would choose the 400 level course. As you know, it's an intensive course. You study 3 plays instead of 7. And for a major, I think this would be much wiser.
The specific challenges which start a student on his search for knowledge are many and varied. But usually, it is the impression made by one or more of the many great men and women on the Indiana University faculty. Or it may be in discussions with other students in the commons, in a residence hall or fraternity house. In the atmosphere provided by the university, the exchange of ideas and the probing of the limitless frontiers of one's mind is natural and stimulating. These new ideas and experiences may be further developed by application in actual situations, by participating in various aspects of student government, campus-wide, residence hall, fraternity, and sorority. The future citizen gains practical experiences in the procedures of democratic government. The future teacher has direct contact with children at play and in the classroom as part of her preparation. Under the critical eye of an experienced teacher, she gains the knowledge and skill she needs to guide children in their progress toward maturity and self-realization. Through the numerous productions in the University Theater, the Brown County Playhouse, and the Ohio River Showboat Majestic, and the Studio Theater, students are given an ample opportunity for practical experience in all aspects of show business. Those who want to write enjoy working on the staffs of several campus publications. The Indiana Daily Student is a morning newspaper and serves primarily as a laboratory for journalism students. Other smaller newspapers are published by various groups on the campus. The Arbutus is the university yearbook and provides practical experience in writing, advertising, layout, and commercial art. The variety and quality of the cultural and recreational opportunities offered by a large university are important advantages to every student. In a typical week at the university, the student may not only hear of famous scholars such as Nobel Prize winner Herman Muller, but may also attend a Big Ten sports event. He may participate directly in one of the intramural sports as a representative of his housing unit. Works of art by both modern and classical artists, plays, recitals, and operas by famous authors, composers, and musicians, or the professional quality productions of the theater department and the School of Music provide a wide variety for the student. Campus life would not be complete without its dances, proms, and parties, a traditional part of college life. Although the university has no sectarian affiliation, it fosters activities of student religious organizations and churches, and supports a chapel in the heart of the campus for students of all faiths. For its graduating students and alumni, the university maintains several placement services. In addition, the departments of the university find job opportunities through their many contacts with schools and business firms. Every department has counselors who personally aid in the placement of students. Indiana's interest in her students goes beyond the 4 years they spend here. Each member of the graduating class becomes a part of the organized affairs of the alumni and the work of the University Foundation. Through this association, he remains a part of the university and continues to participate in its program by giving his time, support, and means. His continued associations with professors, fellow students, and future students enables him to be a part of a great institution as it meets the immense challenges of the future. Throughout his 4 years at Indiana University, every possible opportunity is presented to the undergraduate student to help him develop his fullest potential. If the student has taken advantage of these opportunities while at Indiana, he has acquired a firm foundation of knowledge and the ability to use that knowledge as a contributing citizen in our modern society. If the university has been successful, as he goes from Indiana, he will continue his own intellectual growth, become a leader in his community, and live an active and responsible life. He will continue to push back the limitless frontiers of the future, the frontiers of his own creative mind.